Hello and welcome to Simply South. I'm Harish Upadhyaya. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll get you all the major stories of the day from the 5 southern states. Well, our top story comes from Tamil Nadu. The language war in the state continues to rages on. Amid the ongoing political war of words, a group of pro-Tamil activists have blackened a few Hindi words written on a signboard in the Pollachi railway station yesterday. And in the latest development, we are getting visuals of yet another Hindi signboard that was defaced by DMK workers at a railway station in Tirunelveli. BJP has slammed the move and called it futile while also daring DMK to take a bolder stance. In fact, it's said that the DMK should go ahead and deface Hindi text on currency notes. Now, even as BJP and DMK remain firm on their stance, Congress MP Karthi Chintamandram has insisted that Tamil Nadu's opposition to national education policies about preserving linguistic identity. Well, sharp reactions coming in on this story even as this debate rages on in Tamil Nadu, even as DMK continues to protest. Their workers are hitting the streets, and we've seen some significant protests, especially at railway stations in a couple of districts in Tamil Nadu.
I think it's very inappropriate of the minister to call our opposition to imposition of Hindi as myopic, because we have seen how many languages have been destroyed, how many cultures, how many people have become faceless in this country because the students have been forced to learn Hindi and they've lost their own culture, they've lost their identity, they've lost their language.
There is absolute unanimity in Tamil Nadu in rejecting the new educational policy of the BJP central government. Tamil Nadu cannot be held at ransom and be forced to implement a 3-language policy in state government schools and say that central funds will only be allotted to Tamil Nadu, which it's their right, will be denied the funds from the central government because we don't want to implement a 3-language policy. Every time the central government talks about a 3-language policy, it is only code for Hindi imposition. I would like to ask, what is the third language that they are teaching in the government schools in UP, Bihar, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh? Does any of the northern states teach a southern Indian language?
The Chief Minister, Mr. Stalin, says that even if the central government gives 10,000 crore rupees, they will not implement the 3-language formula and NEP 2020. How do you respond?
They don't want to implement NEP. The NEP is totally for the government school children, the government school students. So, you don't want NEP to go to government school students. Because you say NEP insists on a 3-language formula. All private schools have got a 3-language formula, including your family school, Sunshine School, which is run by your family. And all politicians, DMK or ADMK, whoever it is, everybody has got. So, all those who are rich, those who can afford to pay money, they will learn another language. When asked about this, Deputy Chief Minister, Udayanidhi Stalin, to a reporter says that we are giving free food and free uniform. What is this? Is this the way you answer? They are not beggars. Be kind enough to the school, government school children, rural poor children. This is what is happening. And they are trying to go to all railway stations and they are throwing, all the wiping out Hindi words. Why should they work so hard? They have to take people, they have to go in vehicles, then go to the station, then have a stool, then take brush, paint, everything. For that, you have a lot of currency notes in your house. There is Hindi in that. Wipe that off with the tar. Why there is a Hindi name in Karunanidhi's commemorative coin? You remove that if you have guts.
Well, as the debate rages on, we have seen some sharp reactions that have come in from both sides. Joining us right now, CNN News 18's Purnima on the story. Purnima, we've seen a lot of politics over the last week or so, but one thing is becoming clear, that this controversy refuses to die down. Now Tamil Nadu saying that it's no longer about the money. Even if the central government gives 10,000 crores, then we are not willing to accept this. So unlikely that there is going to be any middle path out of this controversy.
Absolutely. Negotiations, arriving at a consensus or arriving at a middle ground doesn't seem likely, considering that both the BJP as well as the DMK are sticking to their stance. The DMK on its side maintains that even if the central government is ready to pay 10,000 crore rupees, they will still not implement the three language formula. They say that even though the BJP and the central government maintain that the three language policy is not linked to Hindi imposition, they say that in the northern states many have forgotten the regional language and mostly Hindi is given priority, so they do not want the same. And other parties, including the AIADMK, and smaller parties, including Vijay's Tamraga Vetrikaragam, all of them have opposed the national education policy except for the BJP. And BJP on its side maintains that the DMK is only trying to politicize education and that they should rise above political differences and consider it from the interest of the students and compare it with private schools being given opportunities and state government schools denying opportunity for students. So there is no middle ground here as far as this particular issue is concerned. DMK, other parties including the AIADMK have said no to the three language policy. BJP however maintains that it's in the interest of the students, that they feel that NEP will promote not just Tamil but also other regional languages across India. So clearly war of words only going to snowball in the run up to the 2026 state assembly polls, Harish.
Well, Purnima, it's not just political parties engaging war of words. We've seen a lot of argument even on social media, many pointing out towards several North Indian states not offering any southern language as third language. In fact, people putting out that whole list. Is this something that's resonating or at least being discussed among people? Because that becomes very crucial, as you rightly mentioned, in the run-up to the 2026 assembly polls in Tamil Nadu.
Well, mixed reactions coming in from the students' fraternity. Some of them feel that having three languages would mean that they can even learn a foreign language, and that will probably help them do better when they are looking for job opportunities. Some of them are of the view that three language policy would eventually mean that people will be forced to learn Hindi, and they are against it. So clearly mixed reactions coming in. But if you look at how this is going to play out as far as the electoral politics is concerned, language, especially the imposition, has always been an electoral and an emotive issue, which is why the DMK, the AIADMK, every other party except for the BJP says no to Hindi imposition. Since the 1960s, we've seen movement against Hindi imposition, and that is being resonated by parties even now, and they feel that three language policy means Hindi will be given priority, Tamil may be forgotten, just like how it's happened in the northern part of the country. But clearly for now, the DMK maintains that till it's in power, they will not be okay with the three language policy, even if that means that they do not get funds from the central government. The central government meanwhile says that DMK is only doing so and making such statements for political gains. But negotiations or talks between the state government and the central government is unlikely at this point in time, because both the parties have stuck to the stance, and it is likely to escalate in the coming months as well.
Yes, in fact, Purnima will come back to you in a bit. Joining us right now, DMK spokesperson, Mr. Saravanan. Mr. Saravanan, we've seen the BJP coming out and saying that it shouldn't be railway stations alone. The DMK should start by scratching out Hindi on the notes at their houses and also act against private schools, some of them owned by DMK leaders.
See, what was happening was a symbolic protest. Let us make it very clear. We have made this thing very, very clear a long time back, and I think we have to make it clear again and again. We are not against Hindi. There is a Hindi Prachar Sabha here, and the Hindi movies will always run to packed houses. We like Amir Khan, Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, and we like Bollywood songs. We enjoy all of them. We are not against Hindi, but we will not allow Hindi to be imposed in the state of Tamil Nadu, and we will not allow a third language which is a burden, a useless burden, a total waste of the time of the student and energy of the student and the resource of the government. That is why we are opposing this three-language formula from the NEP, and this three-language formula is a indirect method of imposing Hindi. We have demonstrated that several times. With the usage of this two-language formula, the state of Tamil Nadu has grown very well, especially in the education. The students who have studied in the two-language formula have excelled
Saravanan,
all over the world.
Would
We are
DMK be open to a three-language formula if international languages are allowed to be taught?
We don't want a three-language formula. That is what I'm trying to impress. See, from 1968 until now, we follow the two-language formula. And look at the scholars. Look at people who are here, have gone all over the world. They've immigrated. See, just imagine that right now, people from North India and Northeast India are coming to Tamil Nadu to work in blue-collar jobs. But people from Tamil Nadu are not migrating to North India or any other place. They are all migrating to the US, UK, Europe, Australia, and all other places. So can you see this difference? That is why we are saying we are happy with the two-language formula. It has done us well. And we are requesting the union government, Mr. Narendra Modi, to take lessons from the Chief Minister, Mr. M.K. Stalin, and how to conduct the education. We have consistently increased the allocation for the education, whereas the BJP, the union government, is decreasing the allocation of funds for the education in the union budget.
All right.
Their priorities are different. Our priorities are different.
I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. Let me allow Mr. Kovai Satyan, the spokesperson of the AIADMK, to join us on the debate. Mr. Satyan, we have seen some sharp reaction from both sides. Is there a way out? Although the Chief Minister is saying even 10,000 crore rupees will not force the government to rethink on this issue.
Both DMK and BJP are only interested to play politics, blaming each other. None of them are interested to find a solution and give some confidence to the teachers and give some confidence to the students' fraternity. A state which is borrowing 3.5 lakh crores is crying that don't put the lives of lakhs of students at stake because we are to receive 2,150 crores. Can you believe this? It is the biggest joke of the century. On the other side, BJP is saying with high-handedness tone, saying that until unless you agree, we will not release the funds. It's turning out to be a murkier war and war of words, and both of them are interested only to put some reels on the social media by making derogatory remarks and statements against each other. And the state unit has stooped too low in Tamil Nadu between DMK and BJP. But people are not willing to believe what DMK is saying. Would MK Stalin dare to answer? They have received 2 installments prior to the letter last year which they wrote to the central government stating that we are willing to open PM free schools in Tamil Nadu. We will form a committee. Nobody knows when the committee was formed, who headed the committee, what is the outcome. So please release the 3rd installment of funds. On what basis the first installment they received? Did they secretly agree that they will implement the language policy in Tamil Nadu? So why DMK is not able to face up people with truth and facts?
Okay.
Why BJP team can only interested to
BJP's
throw
Mr. Tom
tomato
Vadakan is joining us. Yes. Mr. Vadakan, a lot of concern about the student community. If the union government and the state government continue to stick to their stance, if there is no way out, ultimately it's the students who will suffer.
See, it has been the hallmark of DMK to weaponize this language issue. This has been their trademark. On the and on the platform of delivery, law and order situation, and the kind of situation that exists in Tamil Nadu, I mean, these are issues that need to be addressed. Instead, they have taken up this issue where there is no issue of imposition of any language on anybody. The mother tongue is there. English they wanted. They earlier did a demonstration on this. They got English, and that was accepted. And the question is of a third language. Now, third language, nobody says anywhere in the report that it has to be Hindi. No. You can take up Malayalam, you can take up Telugu, you can take up Kannada. They claim to be great leaders of South India. Why can't they have the students have the option of taking any one of those languages? In fact, it is the it is the present government which is imposing certain languages. Let the children choose, because it's their career that is involved. What they want to do, let the students decide. This is no way to act. You have received installments earlier. You said you will accept it. Now you turn around and made it a political weapon. And this kind of thing doesn't help, because the next generation is watching you very closely, and they understand these kind of gimmicks. Because ultimately, you are a state which had Jayalalitha, who's from Karnataka, FGR from Kerala. Even the Karnanadi family has its roots in Andhra. So if there is this kind of a link, and they still hang on to something just for they're weaponizing this to gain political mileage, I think these things don't help.
Okay. All right. Well, in fact, thank you, Mr. Vadakan, for joining us. Thank you, Mr. Koiva Satyan and Saravanan. We've seen political parties in Tamil Nadu jumping into this debate, but none of them really coming out with any solution as such, and statements continue to be given. D. Raja weighing in on the issue.
We do not agree with the national education policy which is being imposed by union government headed by Mr. Modi. It is promoting commercialization, it is promoting centralization of education, it is promoting communalization of education. The BJP RSS combined should have some amount of rationality. How can they undermine the principle of federal governance? How can they undermine the powers, rights of state governments? Our party has already demanded this so-called national education policy must be repealed.
Well, moving from Tamil Nadu to Telangana, rescue efforts continue for third straight day at the SLBC tunnel collapse site in Nagar Kurnool district. Remember, 8 people have been trapped for over 48 hours. This is despite relentless efforts. There has been no breakthrough yet. Over 250 personnel, including personnel from NDRF teams and Army, are on site. The Army has set up medical camps with 2 choppers on standby. Efforts to pump out water and supply oxygen inside the tunnel are currently ongoing, while rescuers explore alternative routes to reach these 8 people who've been stranded. A 6-member rat hole miners team from Delhi has now joined the rescue mission. Known for their record time rescues, they stress the need for first-hand assessment at the 13.5 kilometer mark before deciding the next step. Remember, this team gained nationwide recognition in 2023 at the Uttarkashi tunnel rescue operation, where 41 workers were saved. Chief Minister Revant Reddy is closely monitoring the situation and coordinating with his ministers and officials who are presently at the site where the rescue operation is going on.
Yesterday also one team went inside, so after that they have suggested a few this thing to increase the dewatering. So we added additional pumps, dewatering is being done. Now our GOC from Army also has come. So now team consisting of Army, NDRF and SDRF, they are going inside with the additional equipments like proboscopes and other requirement whatever they have identified yesterday, and they are continuing with the rescue operations.
In fact, joining us right now, CNN News 18's PV Ramana on the phone line. Ramana, what's the update with the entire rescue operations? Now the rat hole miners team is also there. Can we expect a parallel rescue operation that they will carry on, even as experts are looking at alternative routes to reach these 8 people who have been stranded?
Harish, minute to minute, hour to hour, the situation is becoming worse at the place where the rescue operations going on at SLBC tunnel near Srisailam of Nagar Kurnool district of Telangana. The situation is very bad because it's almost we are reaching to 60 hours, 60 hours, because it's happened 60 hours ago, and 8 workers along with 8 workers were stuck. 8 workers were stuck and trapped in that tunnel where exactly the rescue operations is taking place. from 5th, 60 hours, there is not having proper food, even proper air also. All the authorities is making all their effort, putting all their efforts to rescue these 8 people, but it's not yet successful because all the teams, SDRF, NDRF, even Singareni Mines rescue team and military also involved in that. Recently in the morning, 20-membered rat hole miners also arrived at the place, and they are taking all the measures to assess the situation, how to deal with the situation. As of now, we can see it's almost 14 kilometers long from the where the outlay is there. That is already 13.5 kilometers was already digged. The rescue team could reach 13.5 point of the 13.5 kilometer mark. They yet to dig another 500 meters. The situation is very worse. The rescue team is unable to dig the mud and all the particles which is creating obstacles to enter inside. So the 8 people still, we don't know what the situation is. Yesterday night also, rescue team shouted their names in the tunnel because all the 8 members, they are expecting some signal, some sort of sound from the victims. But they could not reach, they could not hear anything from the people. We don't know what the situation is, we don't know what the position is. As of now, all the rescue operations is still going on, and the authorities say it will take another 15 to 20 hours to complete entire operation. Now, as of now, we can see the people is, the rescue team is going in the vertical way to the spot, like where the obstacle is created. Now the authorities planning to make a hole on the horizontal also. If they could reach, they can make the hole horizontally. If they can reach easily, they can reach the spot. But we don't know what exactly the soil situation is. If there is a rocks, it takes another lot of time to make the digging in that particular place. So as of now,
in fact,
situation
rescue
is
workers
looking
looking at all possible
options
options to reach these 8 workers. In fact, the government saying that they have left no stone unturned to ensure that this rescue operation picks pace and these 8 people are rescued as soon as possible.
Expert team like NDRF, SDRF and army people and expert Jharkhand people, they came here. But many people, they are working together. Unfortunate thing, this is a natural calamity. It's not man-made, it's a natural thing. But due to the heavy seepage water, suddenly they gushed inside the tunnel with mixing of the mud and some sort of stones also. Then naturally, wherever the tunnel is digging, there should be some sort of the seepage is there. But ultimately, the seepage is increased. Due to the sudden increase of the seepage, it collapsed the tunnel is side by side. But this is we are very much afraid. We are trying our level best, but yesterday 2 teams went inside also. But night also they worked a lot. But inside they found that. But they started the work also by cutting the TBM machine with the gas cutter. But today we are planning our expert team like NDRF, SDRF and army people, then Hydra and Singareni people.
Well, moving from Telangana to Kerala, in a piece of breaking news coming in amid Shashi Tharoor's message to Congress over the leadership void in Kerala, the BJP has decided to take a pot shot. BJP's Amit Malviya has tweeted saying Shashi Tharoor's marginalization in Congress was inevitable after he dared to contest the party's presidential election against Mallikarjun Kharge, a nominee of the Gandhi family. Now, the BJP jumping into this debate. We've already seen a lot of reactions coming in from Congress leaders in Kerala, but now the BJP saying that this is a direct result of Shashi Tharoor deciding to contest against Mallikarjun Kharge. Pallavi joining us on this piece of information. Pallavi, clearly the BJP senses that the Kerala Congress is a divided house and perhaps they can gain something out of it.
That's right. And Shashi Tharoor has always been, if I for want of any other word to use, a kind of a problem child. Certainly someone who's very high profile with a whole social media footprint and often known to speak its mind, and that has made many in the Congress party, both at the national level and in Kerala, very, very uncomfortable. Shashi Tharoor, of course, recently did an interview in Malayalam, and where he spoke about the fact that, I do hope my party does understand my importance, and I have lots of other things also to do should the party not give me any other responsibility. And that is, of course, he clarified, does not mean that he's looking at other political options, but in the realm of culture, books and so on and so forth. Well, what Amit Malviya is saying and the BJP is saying is, and I remember there was a lot of criticism of the Congress party because Shashi Tharoor had taken on Mallikarjun Kharge. He had contested, and very aggressively so. He ran a very strong and powerful campaign. He took it very seriously, and actually he did notch up more than 1,000 votes. And since then there has been this question raised that at the end of the day only someone who with the Gandhis are comfortable with will become the Congress president. The entire election was actually a fixed match, and Shashi Tharoor is someone who has no good equation with the Gandhis. That is what Amit Malviya and BJP is now pointing at, that only someone who is approved by the Gandhis, anyone who can emerge as a competition to them, are the ones who are usually sidelined within the party.
Yes, thank you Pallavi for joining us with that information. Clearly, with Kerala too heading into assembly polls, we will see Congress leaders from the state posturing and trying to ensure that they get more limelight and leadership role in the state unit there. Well, these were the top stories from across South India today. Time to look at more news and updates on the other side.